Does it make you nervous to be called like a guitar hero at all? And people were putting you on the cover of Guitar Player magazine. Here he is, God. I mean, do you feel a little odd about that sort of thing?
It's nice, but sometimes it's like, come on, you know? I'm just a punk kid who plays guitar.
Let me tell you how I've been getting bombarded. So now you have these folks, because I said this, you know, David Lee Roth, bring Vai back and shut everybody up. And oh my God, with the people like, yo man, come on, Joe Satriani taught Vai how to play, dude. How do you not know that? Like, what the hell? You know, Vai knows he just slaughters Joe on guitar. I love Joe Sach, don't get me wrong. I love him. I have a little less respect for him because he murdered every song. I still love him. I love him for Satriani though. I don't love him as pretend to be and destroy Eddie Van Halen. But guys, we all took guitar lessons from the kid that sat on the corner of the speaker box or the amplifier at your local guitar store and was like, oh yeah, a little bit of music theory, and hey, bring me a cassette and I'll teach you any song you want. Here's your $25. And then you're like, okay, I'm bored as shit with this. And that's the whole Steve Vai, Joe Satriani story. Joe teaches him a little bit of music theory. Steve Vai gets bored out of his fucking brain. Here's your $25, thank you. You know, 20 years later, Steve Vai is so just respectful because he knows he smokes Joe. He smokes Joe, okay? Then he can come on record and say, yeah, I took guitar lessons from Joe. But it's quite clear that Steve Vai way surpassed the fucking teacher. The student can surpass the teacher, and there you go. And the proof is, who did David Lee Roth choose to replace Eddie Van Halen? He didn't choose Joe Satriani, did he? No, he chose the greatest guitar player at the time that could possibly not only do what Eddie was doing, but do some shit that you ain't never heard before, and way surpass Eddie. So that was Steve Vai, not Joe. Joe was doing his thing, and he was cool, and he was good, but I'm sure David Lee Roth had Joe Satriani on the table, and he said, nope, he ain't doing what Steve Vai is doing. And for you guitar players out there, you know what I'm talking about. Put the very first Joe Satriani album on and try to ear it, or cassette. It's kind of easy to ear, isn't it? Put the first Steve Vai, Passion and Warfare, put that shit on. Which is, that's the legit. Yeah, there was one prior, but Passion and Warfare, try to ear that shit. Come on, man. Fucking, your mind's blown. You're not mind blown with Joe Satriani. You're mind blown with Steve Vai. Now I want to get to David Lee Roth not being able to sing. That's really what I want to talk about, because all you dudes are like, oh my God, I can't believe you're all in favor of David Lee Roth when he can't sing a lick of Van Halen. I'd rather see David Lee Roth hack Van Halen tunes, just an original, you know, key member. Everybody, you know, get on board and let's pretend that this is a tribute to Eddie Van Halen and Van Halen. But really, it's a money grab. So we need to get these Van Halen albums out there. Wow, look at the new album, everybody. Isn't that pretty? OU812, worst album ever. Oh, look, it's 5150. I'll rebuy the 5150, sure. But because of the music. The problem is, this isn't because of the music or the tribute or anything. It's money grab. It's so obvious money grab. David Lee Roth can completely destroy this money grab if he's all about the music, which Dave is. Dave's about the music. Alex Van Halen doesn't want anything to do with it because it's not about the music. Wolfie wants nothing to do with it because it's not about the music. Open your eyes, everybody. It's about a sham money grab. And Sammy is a horrible decision maker. He's bringing in, you know, guys, if you listen to Sammy out in Cabo in his bar, that guitar player he's got, he hacks those tunes all to hell. Sammy's just not good at picking guitar players that can duplicate Eddie. They can copy Eddie. He's horrible at it. I got to give it to David Lee Roth because he just brought in Steve Stevens in Las Vegas. Stevens sounds really good on guitar, tapping the tone. It's all there. It's phenomenal, man. And so there's just these guitar players that it comes so natural to. When you hear these guys play Eddie Van Halen, it's so natural for them because they've been doing it their whole life. A lot of you dudes are like, yeah, they didn't rehearse. You shouldn't have to rehearse Eddie. You should not have to rehearse Eddie Van Halen. We are picking people, we're picking guitar players that have already rehearsed Eddie for the past 20, 30 years and have him down to a T and have all the music ready. Okay? You don't pick a guy that has to rehearse the greatest guitar player that ever lived. There you go. You just proved you chose the wrong guy because he's not rehearsed. He doesn't already have the songs down. Mistake. Now, I know Vai doesn't already have the songs down, but Vai is rehearsed in Eddie Van Halen. Vai, you could tell, you could hear the Eddie in Steve Vai's playing when he plays Ain't Talking About Love. When he plays, oh my God, Hot for Fucking Teacher in 1988. Listen to that shit, guys. This is what it is. It's Steve Vai playing Eddie Van Halen parts just as good as Eddie, and then he sprinkles a little bit of Vai on it. He doesn't saturate the Steve Vai on top of it. He knows how to fucking handle it. He just sprinkled a little bit, but he had all the key components right. He nailed Eddie. And that's what's important. Don't put your tone, your sound, your playing, your technique as the main frame and then just sprinkle a little bit of Eddie on top of it. Get the fuck out of here. Nobody wants that shit. The low bar fans are going to be okay with that shit. You can't just half-ass it, okay? And be your own guitar player. I'm going to see Steve Vai. There's no doubt about it. I'm going to go see Steve Vai any day over Joe. All right, y'all, that's just my 2 cents, man. Steve Vai all day over Joe Satriani. Doesn't matter who took lessons from who. It's who turned out to be the better guitar player. Steve Vai. Y'all have an awesome day. Peace.